My name is Jess Butcher. I'm the CMO and one of the co-founders of Blippar. So what is Blippar? Technically, we're an image recognition and augmented reality application for smart devices. Practically, who cares? It's not about the tech, it's about a brand new behavior, and that is to blip, the action of instantaneously converting anything in the real world into an interactive wow experience. What do we mean? Let's show you. Curse of a live demo. S'il vous plaît? So here we have Blippar. It's an app that sits on the device, opens up, and it becomes the camera of your phone shelled with a layer of image recognition. And what you can do is hold that up to anything in the real world that is blippable and instantaneously convert it. Let me show you what we mean. So here's a poster for Jurassic Park. Instantaneously, you can see it becomes a 3D experience, which is a QR code on steroids. You can effectively tap that and go straight through to a YouTube trailer to watch the film. This was an outdoor campaign we did with Clinique, which instantly jumps to life with more information about the product. You can find out more about them, you can find your nearest store, or discover the power to even skin tone. And here's a campaign that we did with Tesco F&F, which is like an e-commerce shop on a press ad. You see, you can actually scroll through the different products and simply tap to buy and go straight through to the website in order to buy that product. So not just one product, but countless products can be demoed through this. Another one we did with Tesco here, Blip Me, It's Too Quiet. Kind of silly, but a great fun execution, which the user can play around with and take away and keep on their phone. A couple more examples to show you. Bottle of Heinz tomato ketchup. Simply blip it, and it jumps to life with a real-time recipe book that you can scroll through and actually find out more about the product and watch recipe detail. Another one I'll show you. Pete, if you can help me. Oh, the curse of the live demo. No, unfortunately. I'll show you a quick one here. No AR there at all. Instant image recognition taking you right through to a real-time tube line update. So the applications here are very, very powerful, as you can see. If we can move back to the slides, please. So why this technology? We truly believe that this is a game-changing new medium, not just a way of mashing together existing content. It instantly converts the physical old world around us into a spontaneously pulled, proactively pulled experience. It's hugely interactive with unparalleled engagement, very high dwell time with the customer's undivided attention. It's also content delivered straight to their hand. It goes into their pocket, that recipe, that coupon, that product brochure they can keep for later use. And beautifully measurable, accountable down to the very last blip, which is very, very powerful for marketers and media owners, as you might imagine. And audience. By having this one platform and one verb, we grow a cumulative audience of users that understand this behavior and are actively seeking the next experiences. So why Blippar? We've had a very successful first year in the market. We're proud to boast the fastest tech in the world today, beautifully measurable as you've seen, and we've also tested the broadest range of applications across logos, press, outdoor, product packaging, T-shirts, and many, many other formats. But our approach, more importantly, is as a marketing medium, not as a tech, hence the verb, to blip. We're all about de-teching this tech and making it accessible to consumers through one platform, building of a cumulative audience. These are just some of our paying clients that we've been working with during year one, and we're cash positive with very strong financials. We've grown to 0 to 20 in just under a year. We've also attracted the attention of Qualcomm Ventures, one of our seed investors, and are currently looking for a Series A round. That's just some of the way in which we're painting the map orange with blips. So the future, where do we see this going? Firstly, the behavior. We want to see every form of printed collateral being blippable, and it become habit to second screen with the flat world around us. Media will be bought according to how well it converts, and we'll be able to personalize going forward. As far as the business is concerned, Series A, international expansion, and the world is our limit. You tweet, you Google, you like a lot of things. We sincerely hope you'll be blipping very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Blippar. So over to the judges. Let's start with you, Dan. What do you think?
So congratulations to do a live demo, not just one, but several, and I think 80% of them worked. Very cool. How dependent are you on having low latency, high bandwidth to actually run the blip?
It does require 3G, so yes. We use a combination of different technologies, so we do some syncing in-app, so there's a behavior that we need to encourage the consumer on, but increasingly it will be more server-side cloud-based recognition, so yes, a 3G connection will be required. Not a strong 3G connection, I should say, just walking around normal 3G.
And Ed, you're in the product business. What do you think of that?
Well, we used Blippar for Cadbury. So, but question: how many unique consumers, over the past year, have engaged on the platform?
Yeah, we're approaching 750,000, which is predominantly UK-based. It follows the success of our campaign activity. So it's really more dictated by the noise that the brands and the media owners. And by the way, you've seen a lot of advertising examples there, but we do a lot with traditional press and magazines as well. And the bigger they go with their education about this, the more downloads that we will get. In actual fact, we launched with Justin Bieber today, so we've peaked massively in the US amongst the teenage girl audience. So it's broadly in line, as I say, with the noise above the line.
Can I ask one more question?
You can.
Are you planning an SDK where other apps can integrate in Blippar and use it as an AR engine?
Frankly, not in the short term. We feel there's a really huge challenge here to get the behavior out there and to get consumers blipping and actually using their phones in this way. It's not the most intuitive of actions as yet to look at something through your camera and expect to get something, which is where the business model is very much about the platform. So just as Twitter and Facebook have grown that behavior, we want Blippar to be image recognition and blip to be the verb rather than scanning, AR, image recognition. The other challenge, just quickly, is the gimmicky and novelty aspects of this tech. The more we give it away or the more we see it in SDKs, the more gimmicky the applications tend to be. And what we're trying to do is champion the right practice through the platform so that we can grow that behavior in a way that's sustainable and offers the consumer proper, valuable content and engagement.
Rohan, do you think David Cameron will be blipping away?
Well, do you know, he's actually played with an augmented reality app, and I just wanted to ask about that. He was given a Eurasma demonstration, and was impressed. And I just wonder how you distinguish your product and offering from Eurasma, and also some of the other augmented reality platforms and technologies out there.
Sure. There's some fabulous work happening in this market all over. It's great to see a lot of it coming out of the UK and Europe as well, I'd say. We need more people in this space. We're big fans of everyone that's putting anything out there. And arguably, we're still at under 5% of awareness in the general population. So we need all of those different providers. In terms of our differentials, it's predominantly around the brand, and this is the behavior, and making that much more fun and much less techy. Also, the tech is the best in the world right now, which is a very, very, very nice thing for a small UK startup to be able to claim.
And just a quick question about the tech. Can you just tell us a bit about where this technology has emerged from for your company, and also about the intellectual property, patents, etc., that you might hold?
Yeah, so it's very much our tech, first and foremost. It's been developed by our CTO. He's been working on it for some years, is a graduate of Imperial College. Yes, we have patents pending. So we do work with other partners, and indeed Qualcomm obviously manufactures the chip within the device, a fabulous partner for us to work with. That piece of hardware, plus of course the camera itself, is absolutely critical. But it's an in-house tech, it's all ours, and we're very proud of it.
So you mentioned that it's great that many of these companies are coming out of UK and Europe, which we would agree. But obviously America is a big market. There are many other markets. Asia is also very interesting for mobile. Where are your plans in terms of growth and taking it to the next level?
So we're opening up a US office in New York this month. So things are moving very, very quickly in that direction. It's obviously an absolutely critical market for us. Indeed, we're having discussions with some West Coast Silicon Valley investors as well in appreciation of that. English language to begin with, but we're certainly building our platforms to be scalable and accessible internationally. And we've already done work across the globe. Actually, we're managing that from our UK office right now. But increasingly, there'll be tools online that will enable people to build content for themselves, which I think will be a fabulous way to get that mass exposure for the tech internationally.
Awesome. Do you have any more questions on the judging panel? Yeah.
So you're extremely reliant on mobile clients. And Apple, because of its closed ecosystem, is probably relatively easy to develop for. But to have a mass market product, how do you deal with fragmentation on Android and also other mobile clients which are coming up?
Yeah, Android is a little problematic. The sheer diversity of the hardware across the camera and the processor means it can be a variable experience. But we built a product on Android that we're very, very proud of. So iOS and Android are covered very nicely. And we're evaluating the other operating systems. Windows is definitely one to watch and coming up, and we're in conversations with Microsoft and a number of their partners about that. And also BlackBerry. Whether it's AR or it starts more as an image recognition triggered tool remains to be seen, but they're both very much in our development pipeline.
Anyone have any quick final thoughts?
Yeah, quick final thought. If you do raise further financing, what will you use that for? What are your priorities in terms of team, build out, etc.?
A lot of it will go into the tech, of course, and building up a very strong team on that side. Future-proofing and constantly evolving the product. This is the nature of the space. We're not exactly what we were 3 months ago. Who knows where we might head in 3 to 6 months? There's a lot that we're learning, and of course we learn faster by what doesn't work than what does. But also the marketing side of our business and the client side is absolutely critical. Imparting our learnings on best practice is the only way to get this behavior out there in a sustainable way. So we invest very heavily in strong client consultants that can work within different verticals and offer that insight and best practice to clients around the world.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your demo. That was Blippar.
Thank you.